99%. My name is Candy Churchill, and I'm an organizer with Gainesville Women's Liberation. And I know, like many of you, I've been moved by what's been happening around the world, in Tunisia, Egypt, Europe, Wall Street, Wisconsin, and I'm really proud to stand with people all over the world to stand up for my family and my life and my future, because it doesn't have to be this hard. Woo! Today is not just a day of action in the United States, it's a global movement. United for Global Change called this Day of Action October 15th, and today there are people in 951 cities and 82 countries having demonstrations. Protesters in London have vowed to take over the London Stock Exchange. In Toronto, they're taking over Canada's main stock exchange. New York, the Occupy Party is taking over Times Square. Every state in the United States has an occupation, and every major city now has an occupation in our country. We are not alone. So today is a day where we can speak out, and the powerful have to listen. My son just got here. So what we're going to do today is share our experiences about why we're getting screwed over by the 1%. So if you would like to testify, Eileen right here, raise your hand. Eileen has a list of people willing to testify. We're hoping for 2 to 3 minutes each and hear from a variety of people. This is a method that's been developed in movements for centuries. Every good thing that we have is because people fought for it. And that's what you're doing today. You're fighting for a better future and for democracy in this country. I learned this method from the women's liberation movement, from feminism, which learned it mostly from the civil rights movement. And the method is simple. Tell it like it is. Stop feeling alone, get out and share your experiences and demand change. And that's what the Occupy movement has been doing, and that's what we're doing today. So if you want to share your experiences, see Eileen, get on the list, and Tessa right here. Tessa's going to give you a warning when you have a minute left. So we're going to try to keep this moving because we all have a lot to say. Well, I'm going to tell you my experience now. Basically, I'm an organizer for the labor movement, and the labor movement, at least in my job, pays me pretty well. But I feel desperate to keep my job. They've been laying off school teachers and faculty because they're defunding higher education, and my family's been dependent on my job and my benefits for the past couple of years. That makes it harder to speak up and to work hours that are reasonable. In any movement, you're going to have a crisis or a campaign, and I can do that. I'm one of the best. I'll put in the extra hours, I'll work the long weekends, but I can't do that forever, and I want to have a life. In this country, we work the longest hours in the industrialized world now. What does that mean? That means that we work too late and too damn long. How long is it going to be till I can retire? My parents, how long do they have to work until they can have a basic standard of living? That's why I'm here. I want time for my life, my family, my interests, and I don't want to be beholden to a job to keep my benefits. We need to have more freedom to be able to fight for better working conditions, and we need to have time with our families and our loved ones. The second experience I want to share is about my brother-in-law. He couldn't be here today because he's working at Walmart. He's been in the Army for 8 years. He joined the Army to get out of retail, so he was working at a Publix bakery and before that a shoe store. He has all this expertise in communication, and he's supposed to be able to get education, but he's supporting 2 kids and my disabled sister. So basically, he comes here after 8 years in the military, supposed to get hiring preference, and can't find a job. 6 months, can't find a job. 8 months, can't find a job. A year, he gets a job at McDonald's, and he's working at McDonald's, and they just stop scheduling him. They don't even fire you anymore. They just stop giving you hours. That's outrageous. Now he's working at Walmart. They'll keep him at 32, 25 hours, so they don't have to give him benefits. This is what it's like. And so every once in a while I have to take my nephews out for ice cream or take them somewhere fun because my sister and her family can't afford it.
Tell it.
That's bullshit. This is the richest country in the world. We deserve better jobs, better quality of life, and we deserve to have justice for the 99% of us. Thank you.